2015.
Make a motion for approval.
Second.
Motion and second, any discussion? All in favor? Thank you, Dave, very detailed, once again, appreciate that. Item 3 is the application of SSR Sargent Corporation for a special exception for clay extraction operation in an area as shown on tax map 3, lot 1B, case number 1517. You wanna just
Mr.
walk
Chairman?
us through it?
I'd like to recluse myself from this application since I'm in the Sargent Corporation.
So noted.
See you, bud.
Good evening. My name is Chip Late. I'm the Aggregate Resource Manager for Sargent Corporation. Sargent Corporation and SSR LLC is applying for a special exception to our existing clay mining facility in West Old Town. Basically, these materials are used for the Juniper Ridge landfill. This was originally permitted in 2005, came back in 2008. Then in 2011, we came back with a master plan, which is this one here, adding a couple more phases. We excavated part of that. We determined that the material on one part of it wasn't sufficient for what we needed, the quality. And then in 2013, we had an opportunity to purchase additional land. We bought another 163 acres adjoining this parcel. As you can see at the top of that colored map, it's called the patent lot. And that goes all the way through to the access road. So now what we'd like to do is expand our permitted area to include areas up there. So this is another long-range plan, very similar to what you've seen before. We've worked very extensively with Maine DEP and the Army Corps of Engineers. Had a lot of wetland mapping, and as you can see with the white plan here, shows the wetlands we've found. Back on October 28th last year, we received a permit for this project right now from DEP and the Army Corps of Engineers. We've permitted this through the NRPA Tier 1 program, if you know, for impacts to wetlands. And that's basically for the roadways we're going to put in there. We've got to cross from roadways to access some of the areas of clay in different phases.
And that road's gonna come from the north headed south?
That road right now, primarily, we're going to access it from the existing facility.
Right.
Long-range plan would be to put something all the way across to the access road, possibly. But for right now, we don't need any access out that way.
That'll be something that is like a phase 6.
Well, that would be part of this. I want to permit it now, but if we need to have additional access there, we have it. Right now, all the material goes right to the landfill, so there's no need to go out on that access road. But it's with the opportunity, we're going to put a road all the way across there. There was a minor permit to cross a stream there, so we permitted it all at the same time. And it was in concurrence with what DEP wanted to do. So basically, we've been operating for a number of years, and at the end of every year, we reclaim and put it to bed to meet the DEP regulations. We have a performance bond in place with the town for $23,695. That's based on $65.82 an acre for reclamation. But we don't have any that carries over from year to year. We keep the bond in place so that there's no question and to meet the standards of the ordinance. And this project, as I've done before, I'll go down through the criteria, if it's easier, for your special exceptions under your ordinance. This is a permitted use under the special exception for this lot, the R3, R3A zone. Meets section 104.14, removal of sand, gravel, rock or soil or other materials. We have plans showing grades. The finished grades will have 4 inches of topsoil and will be a suitable cover crop. As you can see there now, the areas have been stabilized, have good vegetation, a lot of clover. Deer like it, the geese are down there all the time, turkeys. We've also put in some wood duck boxes, and in some of those areas we've made islands inside there, which is like a refuse for the ducks for nesting. Put some rocks in there and some trees so that they can protect themselves. We've got a bond. All the excavations are in excess of 75 feet from the property line, and proper dust control is used with water trucks as needed. There's appropriate screening from public ways. There are no dwellings within 250 feet. The proposed use is appropriate for location. It's basically where the material is located and will not have any residential impact. Will be conformed to the surrounding area and will enhance wildlife habitat. I've met with the Inland Fisheries and Wildlife and worked closely with them, to use their suggestions to make this a good habitat, to basically enhance the habitat. It's changing it, but it's all for the better. There's no significant adverse impact to public health, safety, or general welfare of the neighborhood. Will not have any adverse effect on property values for adjacent properties. Will not create any unreasonable traffic congestion. This is all done on the property. No access to any public roads. We have proper drainage. This is all internally drained by DEP standards under their mineral extraction. This must maintain internally drained, or we'll have to apply for a variance. Under your section 108 special exceptions, will not result in any unsafe or unhelpful conditions. All the banks will be sloped at a 3-to-1, and basically the security is secured by a gate, and it's not accessible to the public. This project will not result in any erosion and sedimentation control. We use best management practices for all erosion and sedimentation control. Many of all of our foremen and superintendents are approved contractors with Maine DEP under the erosion sedimentation control program. Not result in any water pollution. As I say, it's internally drained. Will not result in any damage to aquatic, bird, or wildlife habitat. As we've done before, this, as I said, it'll be enhanced.
How close do you end up getting, I think I get a clue here, to that brook that crosses the interstate just before the rest area there?
We're a long ways away from that. You can see on this right here.
That's the brook
That's that stream.
that crosses the interstate?
Correct, eventually.
Okay.
Part of that area is wildlife, is inland waterfowl and wading bird habitat, which they basically set a distance at 250 feet from streams. It's included in an additional protected resource. You can see that some of those areas, like in Phase 6 and Phase 7, Phase 8, they abut that, but we're not excavating into that at this time. We would have to go and apply to DEP for additional impacts to do that. So right now we're staying out of that habitat. The current regulations don't permit that. We'll be creating shoreland vegetation. There's no public access. There's no public access to this water, and there were no problems with the floodplain. And so I feel that it's in conformance with the provisions of 104.21 of your ordinance.
Is that property posted against trespassing, or what?
Yes, there are signs out on the access road posted for no trespassing without permission. Basically the standard yellow no posting signs. There's no access off the interstate. There is a turnoff area there, but there's no real easy access from there. So, and if you have any other questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
Okay, well, thank you. Any questions regarding I mean, this is something that, like I said, they first did this in 2005. And I've been out there, I was out there, it was several years ago.
Yep.
Maybe sometime I'll get a chance
Oh,
to.
give me a call anytime.
Because it looked great then, and.
Yeah, it's amazing, the habitat.
Yeah.
You go out there, you see wildlife every time you go out, whether it's deer or turkey, or I've even known people to see bear out there. So it's quite a unique area, you know, this close to the town, really. So.
Yeah, no, it's a nice area, and you're extracting, basically that's clay for final cover on the landfill. And
Correct. The different types of clay is needed with the permeability. There's sections in there that have the quality that's needed for this. It's a great location. It saves a lot of impact to the community by hauling over the roads.
Right. The soil type out there, is it predominantly Monarda Burnham and Howland, or?
I
You
think,
remember?
I'm not sure, I checked the soils maps. I know there's some howlands out there, but there's a lot of till and
Clay.
it's clay.
It's gotta be one or the other.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't have any other questions, and
I don't, I'd actually like to see it.
Yeah,
Are
it's
you
cool.
creating, are you, like a typical pit, you're creating hollows that are eventually gonna fill with water, or?
Yes, yes. You can see this area here, we have excavated several ponds in here. In this area, I think it shows in your plan. Right now, those are full of water, and we dig down the clay, there's not much groundwater, but it's all surface water runs in there and just
it's impermeable.
it's impermeable, so.
Right.
You know, the depth is 6 to 8 to 10 feet, depending on the quality of the clay.
I see.
And the clay doesn't go any deeper than that, or?
It varies, but once you get down too deep, you get into blue clay, and that doesn't meet the criteria we need,
I see.
so.
Because there's some places there, I know, just from wells that have been drilled, that
Yeah.
it goes down like 60 feet
Right,
of hard pan clay.
right, but it's a different qualities, different characteristics that we need up on the landfill to be able to move it and to work it so that it does what we need to do.
So with this expansion and your proposed, you're gonna be coming back for more phases eventually, I'm assuming?
Right now, this is the property we have. The only additional portion would be between this and the interstate. We haven't done a lot of exploration out there. I hope to do that in the near future. But that would be additional DEP permits to cross some of those streams. So we're not proposing that at this time. But you may come back for that in the future.
Oh, you'll have, I mean, I'm assuming you'll have quite a little warren of, ponds out there and habitat.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty,
But it's gonna be mainly little small ponds with islands in between.
Yeah, and we try to connect them so that there's some connectivity to the ponds. Right now, we've got some sections that are separate ponds with some islands in there. It's great bait fish and other stuff in there, but there've been some beavers that have even built beaver houses in those ponds that we've excavated. So, the habitat is coming right back around. It's a different type of habitat. Instead of an upland wetland, it's now more of a pond, great duck habitat.
yeah, I mean, this is,
Well, they should allow more of this in the
everything you've done
state.
out there has been enhancement.
Yep.
It's just interesting obviously, if it wasn't for the clay, nobody could afford to do that, but,
Yeah, oh yeah. No, it's a great location for the use, and that's what makes it attractive to do this.
so when maybe somebody will get together with the the genes and all of that and start breeding dinosaurs out there or something like
Oh, there you
Jurassic
go.
Park.
Yeah.
Because you're certainly creating a, if not a Jurassic Park, certainly a Maine Wildlife Park. I don't have any other questions. I suppose I could, I mean, we've gone through the findings of fact.
So I'd like to make a motion that we grant the SSR Sargent Corporation a special exemption for clay extraction operations in an area as shown on tax map 3, lot 1B, case 1517.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Including,
Can we just stipulate that we have,
Finding it with the.
we've
with
gone
all
through the findings of
facts.
fact?
with the following findings of facts, A through H,
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
and 1 through 10.
I mean, I was following along and I felt we addressed everything.
Yeah,
he did.
As long as you do.
Yeah, you too, yeah.
Yeah,
Obviously, if you have any other concerns, we bring them up.
no, I don't.
Okay, with no further discussion. We have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor?
Who was the second, please?
Me.
Sandra.
The other Russell.
Okay, with no further discussion. All in favor? None opposed. Thank you so much.
Very
And,
much.
I would like to, take a trip out there, maybe in the spring when it's
Yeah.
open water, just because it's cold.
Hey, ice trap, we go up there now.
You can moon's out.
Sounds wildlife.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And, got that there?
That's neat. Can I do that down by my wetland area?
You gotta get all the permits.
Oh, can't I just do it?
Yeah, you can, but then
Then I'll
there've been
be-
a couple of guys that have just done it and, they've paid for it.
Yeah, he couldn't afford it.
So, I mean,
Either way.
You think of what they've had to go through.
Oh, my
just to
word.
dig clay out of the
This,
ground.
right here, DEP.
I know.
Yeah, I brought
saw
it in just in case anybody had.
I saw it, and I've seen some of this stuff in the previous applications. I mean, it is
Oh.
quite extensive what they're making you do. And everything you do out there is an improvement. I mean, habitat wise, so.
Can you guarantee we'll see the wildlife if we go out there?
Sure. You want to come out?
There we go, yeah. Tie something to a tree so we'll be sure we see.
Oh, it's wildlife, right.
Well, we'll have to have a toa,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, maybe a picnic.
But the DEP
Not-
has
not
been very
anytime soon.
accommodating with this. The DEP has been very good to work with.
It's because of the product you're leaving them with.
Well, very good. Thanks again.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. Have a warm rest of the winter.
Thanks, Jim.
The chair will note that Tim has joined us again after recusing himself from this previous application. And that moves us on to item 4, which is old or new business. And I'll refer to Dave.
No old business, new business. I told some of you when you first got here, the RFP's gone out for the comprehensive plan. They are due back tomorrow at noon time. There's been several people that have requested the RFPs. We've sent those out. There's 5 that saw it in the Bangor Daily and requested it, and there was 1, 2, 3 companies that I sent to that I knew had that expertise, so. We'll be reviewing those, and then it'll be the council's task to create a committee. I'd like to see as many of you as possible, because you're the ones that are gonna be hearing it over and over.
Well, I'd certainly put my name in there first. It's an important project.
It is, and it's long overdue, and, as I've explained, I don't see a lot of changes coming as far as our growth areas. I think there'll still be Stillwater Avenue and this downtown area. There's also the Downtown Revitalization Committee that's going on right now, so this was the perfect time to start matching this comp plan in, so we're not
So are they-
recreating the wheel 2 or 3 times.
Would this committee perhaps work with them or invite them or to coordinate it with us? Or will they be perhaps on the review committee or?
The committee itself, I'm not sure of the structure of it. Wright Pierce is heading it up. I went to the first meeting they had, and there was about 60 people from the community, all different aspects of the community. And I just kind of walked around listening to what they thought would be best for the community. So that was just kind of get to know. So I'm assuming that we're gonna wanna try and meld these 2 processes together. I will find out more information on that, so I can pass that on to you folks. The only other thing is, we may have a meeting next month. I've been reviewing a plan for Sear Bus. They're looking to put a maintenance garage up for their larger coach buses. Should be easy, where it's all impervious surface out there now, so.
Industrial park and,
So that should be good. Other than that, I think I'm good.
perfect.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Guess so? Yep. Nobody's against it. All right.